bones about those bites. Dun. What if you had a beautiful piece of bread that actually was like biting into a banana split? Does that sound like a fantasy to you? Well, it absolutely does to me, but not for the folks at Jenny Lee. This is family-owned, family-run bakery, 5th generation, over 100 years, 2-time Customer Choice Award winner for best bread with a new flavor banana split, a Bananaramas. I can't wait to taste it, but let me share with you exactly what the offer is, because you're actually receiving 4 of these. That's Scott Baker. We're going to talk to him in 2 seconds. But you get 4 of these already pre-sliced. The reason that your fingers get all dusty is because that's butter and sugar on the outside of this bread. We'll talk to you about how it's made, but let me just share with you, if you're looking for a little bit of self-care and pampering, you can't find a better place than this. So you can get all 4 in the banana split, and what do you hear about cherries and chocolate and all the things in a banana split? And then you can also get all 4 in the cinnamon, but there is also the option to get the combo where it's 2 loaves of each. Now remember, just to be clear, you're receiving 4 18-ounce loaves. So 4.5 pounds, you absolutely can gift them. They look beautiful and artisanal. So if you wanted to gift some or get a couple, put them in the freezer. Scott Baker brings them to us. Usually we see your baker folks behind us,
right,
and you're putting your dad to work. What kind of son are you?
Well, the best.
I'm just teasing. You're the best son. But I'd love for you to introduce us to, again, 2-time winner of best bread here. What is the Jenny Lee Cinnamon Swirl bread?
It's all about, you know, just using real, all natural, fresh ingredients, a simple recipe, a recipe that's been handed down from my dad to me. My grandfather handed it to my dad. My great-grandfather handed it to my grandfather, and my great-great-grandfather created this recipe in 1875. So it's been going on almost 150 years.
And now we're seeing some video of what happens inside your bakery.
Yes, yeah, so love showing it off. We're truly a small batch bakery. We produce about 385 loaves of bread at a time. And it's all about the fermentation. You let the yeast activity create better flavors, textures, mouthfeel in that dough. There's Dad.
There's Dad.
Showing Mikey how to get a perfect swirl inside that loaf. Those roll winders allow us to swirl it up. And then we bake in these old-fashioned style crimp pans that you see here. And that gives us that unique round shape, something you would find in maybe a retail bakery. But once the bread has been cooled and out of the oven, it goes into the butter bath.
The butter bath.
Right, that's the secret. It really just makes that outside crust so delectable and allows the cinnamon sugar to adhere to that. And then we slice it for you, so you know it's pre-sliced. It comes home, it's convenient. Just pull a couple slices out of the bag.
You know what? So this is an expiring price. I love that it says 5-generation bakers, and his last name is Baker. I feel like you know, before you even did anything, you were absolutely going to have to be a baker. Can we start? Actually, we'll start at the cinnamon swirl because that's what we saw in the video,
right.
And then we'll go to that new flavor that I haven't tried ever before called banana split, which is kind of Bananaramas. So what am I seeing here? Is that butter and that cinnamon?
Right. Yeah. So the key to this is just the best cinnamon we could find in the world. You know, it's 13 all-natural ingredients, but cinnamon is the hero. That's the signature of it. So we searched the world. We found 2 that we fell in love with from Vietnam and Indonesia. And we have a partner in New Jersey that grinds that cinnamon bark for us here to be very consistent with the cinnamon.
Each one of them, they're already pre-sliced, so I'm going to tell you, this is pro tip. Get these home, make them into French toast, and you will want to weep.
Oh,
you literally will be like,
dong.
oh my goodness, I'm gonna weep. And then I said to Scott when we were about to go on, if you saw behind the scenes with Bear T and Jimmy, I was like, what is that in here? If this is called banana split, why am I seeing red?
You got it.
So talk to us about this.
Right. So Mikey, not the Mikey we saw on screen, but we have another Mike that works at the bakery, and he's like, Scott, we need to do a banana bread. I'm like, I agree with you. Everybody loves banana. How do you like to eat bananas? He said, and a banana split. I'm like, let's go for it. You know, the banana split was invented in Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
So, you know, we're in Pittsburgh. We figured, what goes into a banana split?
Let's take it from the rest of the state.
Yeah, vanilla ice cream. You got whipped cream. You've got chocolate. You've got cherries, of course, maraschino cherries, and then, of course, the hero, bananas. So,
and also, you still didn't skimp because do these still go in the butter bath?
Oh, they sure do.
They still get the dusting of sugar on the outside?
Oh, yeah.
No skimping. We want all of it. I'm getting limited. Need to share with you. $25.98. If you wanted to do a bill to, ship to, or how about if we're thinking about Easter Sunday? Maybe you're thinking about spring break is right around the corner and you want to do some special breakfasts or some special lunches. We'll show you some ideas. I love this. So, you know, obviously we're getting, you know, many of these together with the raspberries on top with that that banana split. You don't have to go to the ice cream store to get the experience of a banana split because we've got cherries and chocolate and cinnamon and sugar in the bread. Down front with some eggs. Your eggs are going to be lovely, but how about if you step it up a little bit and level the whole game up? That looks like a restaurant. You can even do it with some savory, so with some meat and some cheese and a Dagwood sandwich with the cinnamon. It is M95665. That's your item number right here in this moment. We've got lots of breads that we present here on QVC, but this, 2 years in a row, has been voted by you. 80,000 customers usually vote in for our Customer Choice Awards. We love it. It's a great show. We loved the nominee show. We loved the winner's show. You said, yeah, it's the Jenny Lee bread for me. Let me give you an update on what's happening. We started with 2,500. So in the cinnamon, 150 remaining.
Oh, wow.
300 in the banana split. That combo is the most popular, so that's like the best place to go. But this price of that $25.98, not $32 in this moment, $25.98, 3 easy payments of $8.66, ships to you for free. And so each one of these artisanal loaves that's still made in small batches, right, Scott?
Yep.
Is only $6 and change. So think about if you went to, you know, like an artisanal fair or a little food, kind of a fancy food fair that might be around in your neighborhood. We used to see them in California all the time. So people would bring their produce or they'd bring their baked goods. When you're thinking about $6 and something for something that's still made by hand, are the breads we're ordering made yet?
They are not. No,
They
we'll
are
be
not.
making them
Correct.
as the orders come in.
As you order these, and this is what it looks like.
Right.
They go through this process.
And so it comes to you ambient. Once you receive it, take a loaf, stick it in your bread box. Take another loaf, put it in your neighbor's mailbox, and then you can put the other 2 in the freezer, and you just pull a couple slices out as you need it.
Good. And here's what we're looking at, what goes on in your factory.
Absolutely. So yeah, we sprinkled a generous amount of cinnamon into the swirl. You can see right there the roll winders give that swirl, and then we go into these old-fashioned style crimp pans. If you were to go into a retail bakery, you're going to find bread like this, but they're going to be selling it for $8, $9, $10 a loaf.
Yeah, $8, $9, $10 a loaf. And then here's the magic.
The butter bath.
The butter bath.
The butter bath makes it better.
I want a butter bath. I personally want a butter bath and roll me in sugar. Because I think that would be super fun. I don't know. Just saying. Bearsy's laughing at me.
The people who do the butter bath process have the softest hands in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's funny. I bet they do.
Oh, I bet they do, right?
They do, really.
What do
Can
you
I
think
just
of
tell
the
you,
banana split?
banana split is beautiful.
Thank you.
This is such a wonderful experience. It's not overly anything.
Right.
It's not overly banana. It's just the perfect sweetness and like this aromatic experience.
It's a whisper of cherry, a whisper of chocolate. That cinnamon and butter is amazing. So you can get all of them in the banana split. Try that. Just be, daring. Go ahead and try it. All of them in the cinnamon, or there is the combo 2 and 2. 3 easy payments of $8.66. Thank you so much, Scott. Nice to see you.
Always nice to see you, Scott. Scott Baker.
Yeah.
He comes from a family of bakers. It's amazing. M95665 is your item number. Pick that up while we have it for you. And right now, let's talk to you all about our one time only from Corky's. Already lots of you picking this up because it's the first